Hey guys, so today's video is a tutorial that was requested by one of my lovely subscribers. Thank you, Mandy, for requesting a mauve pink eyeshadow look. Today I'm giving you not only an eyeshadow look, but an entire monochromatic tutorial. So I hope that you enjoy, and if you are new, definitely subscribe, join my Cake Face family, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget to leave in the comment section down below requests of things that you would like to see in the future. I am making my way through the list that I'm compiling of the things that you are asking me to create. And let's get this started. I am pulling out for this mauve look the Modern Renaissance palette. A lot of people see this palette and focus on all the warm tones, but it does have some beautiful cool tones in it as well. So I chose this palette mostly because of the shade here, Bon Fresco. That one is actually my all-time favorite shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Before we get into that, I'm going to actually go into tempera with, this is just the Pat McGrath Labs eye brush I got from one of her kits. Any sort of fluffy brush will do just fine. I want to create a smoother base than this paint pot is giving me, so I'm going to lay this down all over. For some reason the paint pot just regrets. I think I've moved on from the paint pots. My lids are too dry. Okay, so now that we've got a nice, smooth, simple base that's a little bit brightened and everything, I'm going to go into my favorite, Bon Fresco. It's a beautiful mauve. And I'm going to take this all through the crease, as you can guess. I do kind of want to make the eyes a little bit bigger, so it doesn't have to be directly in the crease. A little bit outside of the crease can kind of fool the eye into being a little bit bigger. I'm just going to take a good minute and blend those two shades together. I feel like they're not blending as smoothly as I would like them to. Going back and forth between those two shades to really work on blending. We've got a lot of mauve now and no pink, so I am going to step it up with the pink by going into Love Letter. I'm going to bring that right at the top of the crease up here. I'm pulling out my Viseart Grand Pro palette and I'm dipping into this pink shade here. I'm going to lay this down all over the lid, making sure the transition is nice and smooth between the pink and the mauve. I'm going to take a little bit more of Love Letter, this pink up here. I'm going to use this to start to deepen this outer edge of the eye look, the outer third. I'm just building up this pink in the outer third and bringing it underneath to create a blown out, smoky eye. We're going to clean up all of that. If you guys have seen my tutorials in the past, you know that while I'm blending and stuff, the under eye gets real messy, but then I just clean it up. You know, in art school, they teach you while you're painting to overlap farther to create nice edges and like transitions. They teach you to place a color in your area, but blend past that, even going over stuff you've already done, so that when you go and clean it up, that edge can be really clean and crisp, or it can be really blended. It's kind of like you always like overextend. So that's why I do the technique that I do. It's just the way I was trained to paint in more of a classical sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it super clearly. I'm going to bring that just a little bit in the inner third of the eye, creating a soft halo. I'm going to take some more Bone Fresco and blend those edges once again. I'm going to take a clean brush. This is a Wayne Goss number 17, and just blend along the edges with no pigment on it. You guys know I like a little bit of shimmer and shine in my life, so I'm going to take a little bit of my Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal top coat in brown mauve / purple, which looks like this. Mine came broken, but I repressed it. Press that right onto the center of the lid and dab it out. My nails aren't even long right now, but it's digging into the shadow and the feeling is really gross. Okay, we're talking lower lash line now, aren't we? So I'm going to take the Wayne Goss number 8 brush, really tiny little flat brush, with my Chikuhodo eyeshadow brush that looks like a pencil brush. And I want to build up the pink shade on the lower lash line. First with the little Wayne Goss brush, and kind of stamp that onto the lower lash line. I'm going to do like an extended wing from the lower lash line. So from here, I'm going to blend it out. And blend with the pencil brush. I'm taking a little bit of that pink on the upper lash line as well, just to re-intensify that color there. The mess was irking my soul. I had to go ahead and clean it up. Just taking that clean brush and blending the edges so wherever I cleaned up doesn't look too harsh. Now with black eyeliner, this is the Estee Lauder Pure Color Intense Kajal eyeliner in black. I'm going to tight line up on the top lash line underneath the lashes, and then on the lower lashes, rub this a little bit on the outer third of the lash line, not in the waterline. Flicking it downward a little bit at the ends there, and upward on the upper lash line ends. So when we put mascara, it's gonna look really full. Before that, again, like always, we're just going to blend. This is that pencil brush again. Smudging that eyeliner right in there so it doesn't look harsh. For my waterline, I want to make the eyes look a little bigger, so I'm going to take a nude, the Ultimate Brow Highliner from Wet n Wild. And now some mascara. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. After putting on mascara, I always like to take this little lash comb from Sephora. It's the Pro Brow number 21, and just like get some of those clumps out. I find if I come from above like this, then it gets the clumps out really well, but it will straighten out the lashes a little bit if you are concerned about curl. I am going to use for foundation a combination of these two shades from the Milani Conceal and Perfect, number 00B and 01, light and creamy vanilla. This is really full coverage, so I don't want to put on too much. I'm going to use a beauty blender, just taking a dab of each shade and blending. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla and deal with some of these dark spots on the top of my cheeks. I'm just taking my little Real Techniques brush and blending the edges of the concealer into the eyeshadow is the word I'm trying to think of. This foundation's so full coverage, I don't feel like I need concealer anywhere else. Okay, and then I'm going to go old school for me today. I'm going to take my MAC Emphasize powder with my beauty blender, and I'm going to set the under eyes with this powder. If I was seeing large pores, I would then go in with my Bye Bye Pores powder from IT Cosmetics. But my pores have been pretty good, so I don't see too much. Bone Beige shade from MAC, and with my MAC 135 brush, I'm choosing this because it's sort of mauve-y. I'm going to blend this right onto the cheeks as my bronzer. I'm taking a little tulip brush that I use for highlighting. This guy is actually meant for painting, but I use it for my makeup. And I'm taking my Grand Vizier Pro, and I'm taking a bit of this pink that we used earlier with this mauve pink up here, very light. And I'm going to use this as a sort of blush, but I'm taking the edges of the eye look and overlapping that onto the tops of the cheeks to give this ethereal sort of blown out effect. Sweep that right over the eye look, blending out, not being too precise. Okay, before doing blush and highlight, I think I want to do my lips. Rosebud from Dose of Colors. I think it's a really pretty mauve pink shade. I'm just going to apply that so that we can look a little more unified and kind of see what else we need. Okay, that's so much better. Now to complete it, I feel like I need more blush for sure. Let's go ahead and take a highlight first. This is the Galactic Beauty Face Glow Luster. It has a pretty mauve pink tone to it. And with that brush we were using earlier, I'm going to just take a bit of this. This is a blinding highlight, so I really want to work it into the skin so that it looks flattering and not just like a streak of metallic on the cheeks that accentuates texture. We really want to work it in. Onto the nose, of course. I'm going to skip the lips. I want the lips to be very matte. And bring it onto the chin. And because I feel like I need more blush, I'm taking my Butter blush from Physicians Formula in the shade Plum Rose. And I'm using that highlight brush with this guy. I'm going to pop that onto the cheek. feel like I'm missing something, and I think I want to bring the sheen that's on the eyes onto the cheeks a little bit. So I'm taking the Natasha Denona Dual Chrome Top Coat with my finger. I'm going to very lightly pat this on to the cheeks. I also want to bring that into the inner corner. I think I just need a bit more depth on the outer corners over here. So I'm taking Love Letter and blending that right on top of everything. The outer third. It was just looking kind of flat for a second there. Okay, so this completes the look. I hope that you enjoyed. If you are new, subscribe, join my Cake Face family, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Love you lots, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.